Hello and welcome, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, girls and guys. It's Habage, and it's time to play some hardcore vanilla Minecraft. Are you guys ready for that? I hope so. I am feeling pretty awesome. It's a Saturday, bright and sunny outside. Probably will get really, really hot, because that's what it does these days, but we're inside. Got the game almost fired up here, and I am just trying to pull it up on my screen so we can. Don't. I hate the having to go load a different game or a different channel in Twitch, because when you go to whatever you're trying to get to, it doesn't matter if it's mine or anybody else's on the PlayStation, sometimes it will just load the screen and say, like, of whatever you watched last. So it's not even what you're trying to see, and spin there with an hourglass. So, yeah, whatever. Hopefully we're going to be in good shape. I did the updates on the headset. Today I plugged it in. No muting automatically, any of that. I don't know what finally got it back to normal, but let's hope that continues. I will try to be good about checking it so we don't have the bumpy starts as we go. All right, well, here's our world. Let's expand it up to full sized here. We are very good on any kind of latency. And for folks who haven't been here before, maybe just hanging out, if you're returning, welcome. If you're new, this is our world, Candy Patina. That's right, a candy coating or shell, if you will. Think your favorite M&Ms or Reese's, anything that's got that colorful candy coating. That's what we've got going on here. And we went a little long yesterday to transform a bit of this space. We still got a lot of work to do, but our efforts to get a strong early start. Hey, what's up, Troy? Well, welcome. Short visit, quick visit. That's just as good. He's got some shopping to do. Well, congratulations, Troy. Have a blast of a day. I know that for me as a kid, that was a huge drag. I never wanted to do that, but it's fun to get out there, get a little refreshed. I don't know if that's like supplies or clothes shopping or whatever. I guess I assume clothes, and that was the part when I was doing such things. It was miserable, man. But we'll be thinking of you. There will be VODs for anybody who's ever just got a chance to drop by and wants to check on the progress of the world. We do have all of these episodes as VODs. You can find them here on my Twitch channel, or you can go over to YouTube, where I will have this entire world. We've got just a few minutes not on camera, and those were just when I was having technical difficulties. Otherwise, every single minute that I go live or that I play in this world is going to be on YouTube. You can go back and follow the entire history of the world, and if there's a gap of any kind, I will explain it at the beginning of the next one, so you guys aren't left to wonder, hey, what was going on? That's the deal. And here is our deal. We're in the farm. We can harvest our crops. We've got a few of those. And we also have all these trees. And for folks who aren't familiar with some of my past worlds, we'll kind of walk through this as we go. So you'll notice we've got some dandelions and some azure bluets in the middle there. Those are within range of these trees, and in the plains biome, which is where our home is, you get a chance of having a bee nest pop when the tree sapling grows up. So that's basically what we're doing here. We've got pretty decent supplies of lumber anyway, but having a couple of extra never hurts. Having trees right here in our literal backyard, that's a good thing. But much more importantly, we're trying to get the bees, because all of this area is going to get filled in with additional crops. and the bees will help those grow up quicker. They basically fly around and give you intermittent bone mealing to your crops when they find flowers, right there, and have the little pollen marks on their little bee butts. They will then head off to find if there's any growing plants. And when they do, they will pick one and settle over it. And with that pollen, the pollination process, of course, being really important to us as humans, they will make that plant jump to another growth cycle. So kind of just an acceleration deal. Now, yeah, we do have higher limbs up there. This doesn't seem to be like that wildest big tree kind of tree, but it's got some height. Biggest trick, of course, is fitting in. All right, there's that. Are you? Look for any gaps in the light, like here maybe? No, that was all leaves too. All right, well, we got an apple. And we will get more apples out of this as well. That's why we're using oaks, not spruce. We do have lots of spruce forests around us. And let's just backtrack here. Restock our saplings from the leaves that have decayed. We'll wait for that apple to fall. We'll be back up and down here enough. But yeah, this is, it's not something that always happens very quickly, and that's why I wanted to get it started. We won't do this more than maybe twice in an episode. Like at a beginning and an end, and then we'll go around and go about the rest of our lives. But until we get a bee nest, we want to keep this moving pretty often. And I will, once we get them, I'll do my best to show you guys why we don't just do widespread trees everywhere here, why they're in these 2 rows. You're welcome to go check out some of my other worlds. I've done similar type builds before. This is kind of what's evolved over time, over that idea of, hey, let's generate bees where we want them. But it would be really cool if we had a luck attribute or something when it came to bees, something to increase our odds. I don't know what that would be or look like, and I kind of say it in jest. I kind of say it because I've been playing some Fallout in the down times here and there, and one of the things there, you have a luck special attribute, which can sometimes trigger random events, and that's kind of what I view that as. I don't know, an item you could carry or something. But as far as the Minecraft universe exists, you can't just walk around in our universe and get bees to make their homes at will. They do their own things. So, I mean, you can set out hives, you can bring a queen and attract more bees that way. You could, just like birdhouses or anything else, you can make habitats that would be favorable to them, but you can't put on your bee summoning headdress or anything like that to get them to show up. Alright, so this one is our big one, and this is what I would just as soon not have much of, are these giant trees. Again, we're not particularly looking for the lumber here. And this tree has no better chance of, in fact, it may have a worse chance. I don't know if bees ever spawn on these bigger trees, to be honest. If they did, I assume it would be down at the bottom. Excuse me. So, all right. Now, there are already... Ooh, this is... I should have done that after the set. This is our last tree for this early session. We'll see how long we go today, what we're, if we get caught up in other stuff or not, what we're looking at here. But there are already a few of them popping as we go here. And now we'll do just a little bit more work around. We are in desperate need of cobblestone to finish out laying out the fields. But we talked a little bit at the end of the last episode about how we don't need cobblestone to edge 2 sets of pumpkin fields. So we'll do those, and we don't have melon seeds yet, so at that point we'll be about as fully planted as we can. There will be some finishing work and stuff to do around here, but we are... I think that's a pretty good Minecraft day, right? We gathered a bunch of lumber, which we'd used quite a bit on gates, and there's like something else early on. All right, ready to sleep. Restock the lumber, restock those. Apples go in the food bin. Sticks, we'll just grab these because we're going to need to restock some tools. And now let's sleep. That means I get my first sip of what's probably scalding coffee. It's good. All right. Tools. We probably need a shovel and an axe just to keep these tip-top. I'm going to use this one first. Alright, so once we get beyond this little bit, adding in additional pumpkin fields, what's on the agenda for today? Well, I mentioned it a little bit. We need to get some cobblestone going just to finish out this. After we have cobblestone, there's a couple little side project things that I'd like to do. I would like to take one of our horses and some supplies, go over to the river near the villages, and make a small bridge so that we can ride a horse from home to the villages and get there to potentially trade with farmers. We're going to have lots of crops here soon. That was the other thing we used so much wood for, was all the chests that are going to store our crops. There we go. So now we just need to level this. Not the most exciting. So yeah, we're gonna make a little bridge so that we can go by horseback. We have one particularly awesome horse so far. So we'll use him to get back and forth between here and the villages more often. That will allow us to trade. Trading gets us emeralds and XP so that we get ever closer to enchanting stuff. And of course, along with that, we need some more diamonds. We need to make stuff worthy of enchanting. Now we can hedge that a little bit. We can get bows. We have our diamond sword, so there's a couple things we can try. And excuse me, there are others such as if we saw something really good like a tool, if we checked iron axes and got a fortune 3, we could certainly go ahead and take that, use it on future diamonds, that kind of stuff. So things that we could go ahead and begin setting up with enchanting. But until we have really the diamond armor and all that, we don't want to waste too many levels. The other thing we could do is enchant books. We've got lots of leather, pretty good supply of sugarcane, and we can harvest those as well here today. I'll go. That is one thing I should really be doing right now, or should have done first, is we should harvest these crops, get our cows and chickens fed for the XP and the food and everything else. Feathers for our arrows until we have infinity. All those little goodies. And then work on planting these pumpkins. There and there. Go ahead and grab all these as we go. We'll just do a straight feeding this time, because I'd like to take all of this. I don't think we have much to deal with there. Alright, so this is our animal section. We actually worked on this more the previous day in the stream. We've got a little field that's currently gone over to carrots. We already have some beets. Carrots trade well and give us a big harvest. It's crazy how a horse can be standing on my chest. Yes, you. And I can still get into it. But if a cat happens to take a nap on it or sit down, no getting in the chest. I think they're going to prefer the wheat. Alright, so cows. We've kind of gotten to a pretty good state, although a double chest full of raw beef is not the worst thing in the world to have, so that we can keep a cooked full stack always ready to go to top off the stack that we're carrying with us, at least until we get to the point where we're trading for golden carrots, and then we'll switch over to them. And the chickens here are very close. This should be our last pre-feeding. We'll give them one more here when we get done with the pumpkins. And when we do that, we'll bring along an extra axe and really start to gather feathers and chicken meat as well. We need the feathers badly for lots and lots of arrows. We have a pretty good supply, but without infinity and without any enchantments, if we really want to make use of our bow, we need a couple stacks that we can top off every time, because it takes 3-4 shots per mob. Alright, and then up to a bunch of stacks of eggs. Now, it's not my intent to hit the chickens. It's just kind of tough. I don't think whether you hit a chicken or not matters as far as whether or not the egg is going to produce a chicken. But it's kind of tough to tell when you're actually hitting them. Alright, well there we go. Feeding done. I know it's not. None of this is the most exciting stuff. Ooh, we used up all our seeds. That's good. Okay, I wanted to come down here. Here are our horses. It's that one with the white socks that is the super fast, awesome horse so far. So we will use him to go over to the village eventually, because I want to get some more friends. And we're just going to dump all that dirt off. Alright. Now, we will... Let's level the... Oh, no, we got to harvest, right? That was what we were going to do. Forgot. Should have stayed outside. Oh, well. It's beautiful. All of this will get filled in as a path that we can just run alongside our crops. Quick access. Get the golden fortune 2 hoe. We upgraded, thanks to a broken portal, from Fortune 1 to a Fortune 2. And who knows? Maybe in a future adventure we will hit a Fortune 3. Or when we get to our own enchanting. No. You. So we'll just turn these over. Keep them growing. Store all the excess down in the chests there. Little early, maybe. I saw that we were only at 60, not... Well, actually, no. 61, not 64 wheat there, so 3 must have been a little short of ripe. Or I just missed the wheat. It kicked out to the side too far. It's always possible. Boom, 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 boom. Try to keep... Nope. You there, there. Try to keep all this moving and flowing, gathering up so that we can trade and get our farmers up to master level. And these won't be our permanent trading hall villagers. These are just ones we can leave at their homes, but use as quick sources of revenue and XP right where they are, without having to spend a lot of time setting things up until we're ready. Then we'll make a great, nice villager trading setting somewhere that we can get to, but maybe not right here at home, so we don't have to deal with raids on our property as we did in that Cliff House world. Alright. There we go. Wheat almost done. I'm going to time it with potatoes and see how long it takes us to get this one of these fields done. But first, let's go... First, let's go down to the far end. I think we can make it, and we'll sleep down there, get rid of all this wheat and seeds inventory stuff, and then do the potato farm in the correct direction. I say correct, not that it matters too much, but as our main home and all that is going to be on that hill, this will kind of be the starting point. So I don't know exactly. Should we wait? Here, let's wait for the 4 fancy streamers have like mods and all that. It's like, start up a timer for me. We'll find it out. We could waste up to a minute. Come on. As soon as I try to do anything else, it's like, there it is. Told you. All right. It's 54 after. Back. Beautiful little feeling, knowing that, okay, now we're gonna never have to worry about our own food again. We can improve the quality a little bit, but we don't have to worry about not having any of these things, because we'll have lots and lots of surplus. And it's kind of, I don't know if you guys have heard of like the seed vault stuff and all that. It's this idea that I want to say it's somewhere in Scandinavia, maybe like Norway or something, but like up on the Arctic Circle, deep underground, not in like a bunker necessarily or anything, but just deep underground, permanently cold storage. They have gathered seeds of plants from all over the world in the event that some kind of a global cataclysm type thing happens, they've got all these seeds and could bring them back to breeding capability once things got back under control. You think of, like, the asteroid impact that got the dinosaurs, or super volcano or something like that covers significant parts of the world in ash. You kind of let the earth heal and recover and hope that there's enough people. Oh, mess that up a little bit. Enough people in good shape after that are aware of this, that when things have calmed back down and people are getting started, you then go up and get the reserves. I kind of do that a little bit. For ease of storage and management, it's way easier to have the chest right here. I should have emptied my pockets. Oh, dude, and then I came back without emptying my pockets. What was I saying? It's way easier to have storage built in right here where you're doing the farming than it is scattered all around or trying to constantly manage a single food chest back with the rest of your storage. So we have 4 double chests for each of these rows. If we really needed to, we could put more down here at the far end, but I'm not too interested in that. Speaking of not overfilling, let's go here. I'd like to top off my baked potatoes stack just so we have some. Kind of for role play fun, whatever, if we want to have a different meal while we're back at camp instead of just our traveling food. These potatoes are handy to have some here, and this is what I was talking about. So we've got some potatoes here. If a creeper or something was to blow up down there, we survive, but get chased off or whatever and don't make it back, and all of our other potatoes get despawned, right? Some disaster happens, we're not aware of it. We've still got some over there. We don't have to start over again, right? And presumably we'd have more in the ground. So all things we don't have to worry about too much. I'm a little curious. What did we do that made our gold pick here show where? That's interesting. Oh, and here I go again. But this is all right. We'll leave carrots, except for one full. No. Except for one full stack, and that will hopefully reset our. Or continue our ability to store everything. This might actually be better. I'll be facing the chest, so maybe I'll think to drop them off. So these were our 2 new crops. The potatoes and wheat we already had quite a few of. The beets and carrots are the ones don't harvest with a stake. Not nearly as efficient. As you can see right there, oh, I went into the next chest. All right, well, that'll be a fun surprise. So these are the first ones that we're getting big harvests of. The wheat and the potatoes we already had a chance to do. More carrots. I will try to keep some of those in place. Oh, it's good to have all our crops coming in. Now, I talked about the area immediately behind me, beyond the fields. I made that intentionally larger than the crops with the fence so that we'd have a little bit of extra area. And I think a couple of things I'd like to do there. I'd like to set up something for our composting so that we can use all these seeds that we're getting to make more bone meal. And we may not use that on our crops necessarily, but we can turn it into bone block, and bone block is a nice building material kind of deal. So that would be pretty good, I think. And again, we've got, when you have 4 by 64 fields, if there's one or two that haven't fully matured, it's not the end of the world, right? Just turn them over and let the rest all grow. You'll make up the difference in time. Efficiency, as Troy likes to say. We're going to be efficient, but our main goal today, and as any other, is to not die. I want to keep this world, want to make it into something special. That's why we're spending a lot of time early, not exclusively, but a lot of it, setting up these farms, setting up these systems so that they can go. And yes, I'm fully aware that you can make an enclosed villager farm to take care of these things for you. We aren't doing that, and I'm okay with that because we'll get to things like that much later. But I've talked a lot, not so much recently, but I really mean it. And let's talk for a bit about it for the VOD viewers, because maybe you played some hardcore Minecraft in the past. You come by and you see these and you're like, man, I see so much hardcore Minecraft, and I don't know, it gets old. I try to go down to the, see the warden or whatever, and I always die, and it's super frustrating. And even if I do get all the way out through beating the dragon or whatever I set as my goal, I rush through it, and then the game gets boring. Well, one of the things I see in a lot of content, whether it's streamers or YouTubers or just hearing from other people that play the games, everybody's in a hurry, kind of, right? And I say that a little bit jokingly. So we were only short 4 total beats in that whole thing. That's pretty good. You gotta enjoy the game, right? The beginning of the game, when you don't have immunity, right? You don't have full netherite, fully enchanted gear, where you can still die, right? It is still hardcore, but let's break up the back and forth a little bit, just partially, by grabbing. We're gonna have to use some of these logs. Get more planks. Boom, boom. Oh, I made that building material. I think I already had stacks of planks, didn't I? Well, now we got extra. It's right over here. Oh, see, we would have been short, so no harm. No harm done. Maybe we can use some of those on our bridges. Speaking of we don't have any cobble yet. Never mind. I was like, oh, we should cook some stone so we can make some stone bricks for our bridges. Nope. No, sir. Alright, I did the 2 water bucket previously, but I didn't grab it, so let's just walk all the way back out here to the water, get another bucket. There we go. Spread these down. So yeah, I like the early game. I like the mid game. I do enjoy the freedom that having wings and full netherite and all does. That's when I like to get into trying to build some of the farms and things that I've built only once or twice, if ever. And it's been quite a while. You guys who have been following either the YouTubes or the streams know, outside of Toe, we really haven't had a lot of chance to build many farms. We've done some villager systems and all that, getting the trading and all set up more advanced, but that's been about it. Now I don't have a hoe on me. So run back. We will set these 2 rows of pumpkins, assuming we have enough seeds to do so. That's going to help. And we've got those. And we need this. That should be plenty of hoe durability. So all the seeds, 2.5 rows. So we'll have to wait a little bit to be completely done here, but this will get us going. Before I worry about planting, though, let's get this done. You can listen to my A key? Is that the A? I can't look. I gotta focus on the. Oh, dang it. Slows everything down. And while you can strafe left or right and hold the mouse and run these, you have to stop every 5th or so, or they will double stack up. You don't move fast enough at the strafe to just hold it down like this. This works out perfect, right? We can till the soil as we're just moving along, hold down the mouse button, hold down the D key, and it's all good. And yes, I hear the Enderman. I know we've got some kind of a cave right under our feet, right in here. We'll have to get back to that. I don't know if it ties in at all to our geode area, but that would be the thing. All right, so immediately on the other side of these wooden planks, we're going to have watermelons set up exactly the same as this. And these are where, once they start going, we are going to be worried about wandering traders. Oh, I don't have chests for these guys yet. Well, that's something. But in the meantime, we can clear some of this dirt. I don't need all of it, but I do prefer not to have the too high. I don't want to have anything sneaking up, and then just one extra cut along here. Alright, and then with this done, the next thing we want to do is set our torches. And those are 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 1, 1, 1. Oh, did I go too many? I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. 4, 5, 5, 5, 5. All right, those are our torch marks, and those will give light for the crops on either side. So if we are around, they will continue to grow. If there's no light, at all, mobs will spawn. Right? We don't necessarily want that. But also, crops won't continue even if we're hanging out and they're in range to grow. They'll just kind of sit there idly, waiting for the next daytime. So add a little torchlight. Should help keep them moving forward. And I don't know, this feels like kind of wasted time. Ever closer. There's our next water water section. Irrigation ditch. So very nice. Awesome. Now, boop boop, boop boop be doop. Come down here. New shovels. Oh, I got carrots to put away too. How did I not bother to notice that? Let's make 3. Let's dump this. We'll use those seeds, I guess. All this mess. Oh, we need hose too. A hoe. Split stacks. Alright, carry that. Swap that for that. And we did top off the bucket. Right, back down here. And most all of our trees are done again. That's a good sign. I haven't heard any buzzing. I haven't really looked much yet. There is always that possibility of a whammy backhanded good luck where the game gives you a bee nest, but there's no bees in it, right? That doesn't help us too much. But yeah, I don't see anything yet. We're gonna have to try again at least. And we did get one more big tree. A few more to pop though. Alright. Doing very well. Just this little bit of finishing. And we got water right there. We should use this water first though. Oh, let's put these stupid carrots away. Go, carrots. Do that. Sleep. Not yet. Anything else I need to put down here? No. We can do this though while we're waiting for the sun to set. And we'll need more slabs. It's down already. Yikes! Ow! Where'd he go? Come back up here and say that, mister. Oh, we got a pillager up there too. Alright. I won't focus on revenge. Just get this done. We're going to have lots of combat today anyway. Water finished. That won't stop that flowing water sound. Get planks. Drop off the dirt. All right, this is a real... What? Do that. More water before I forget. Ho. So while we're just finishing up these pumpkins, invest FTW. I don't know if you've come back around or not. Again, wanna just touch on it and thank you for following, coming and hanging out, the support. Invest FTW came by and enjoyed, apparently what he was seeing, and decided he wanted to help out. So he gave me a gift in the form of basically, I assume he said he was into coding and all that, but he basically gave us a boost of several hundred followers, and I get where he's coming from, and it's a nice gesture, a nice thing to want to do. I know there are a lot of people out there that would go absolutely wild for that. Personally, from your guys' perspective, I don't think that that matters too much. It certainly doesn't make me feel like, oh my gosh, now I've got a flex. Now I'm vindicated in what I'm doing because I have several hundred more followers than I did yesterday. I know those aren't real people that came and discovered the channel. They're just ticks on a board. I also, from experience here, not just doing my own stuff, but watching other bigger channels that have gone on. I already know at some point they may hang around for a while. At some point, Twitch is going to come around and be like, nope, those aren't legitimate followers. You're out of here, and they're gone. Right? Those things come. They do purges like that all the time. And the big channels where they can't watch or manage the followers anyway, those largely go unnoticed, right? If you've got 40,000 followers and somebody adds another 500 to you during a day, you're not gonna feel that particularly. And then at some point when Twitch goes along and takes away 10 of those because they do a bot purge or whatever else, okay, life goes on, right? That's just a part of the deal. So it's one of those things. I appreciate the gesture. I appreciate that people want to do nice things for us. Thank you. But mostly, Invest, thank you for following. I did go and hit you back. You are the one I'd love to find is enjoying the content, wants to come hang out. So yeah, even a little bit marginally, I got him a follow back. I don't know how many of those are substantial or not, but whatever. It's good to know people are out there and at least view this as a thing to try those kinds of things. But if you're out there and you're like, hey, I want to help out Habits, just come hang out. I would love it if you wanted to say hi in chat and followed to do so. I'd be just as happy if you gave me that follow and then hung out and lurked, right? You're doing other stuff. You're just watching. You're not participating. That's cool. I am down with it. Do it myself. All right. Now, let's take these back until the pumpkins are really up and established and we have a whole bunch of them mature. We're done with farming. If we get 16, right, 17 technically, because we need one extra seed, um, then it'll be time to maybe chop, and I may take time to do that at some point today if we are around here enough to get that kind of maturity. Um, I think what we're going to do though is get. I'm just trying to sort all this stuff out. Got too many fragment tools. Get the trees one more time. I know I said at the end of the episode, but this is the next most important thing, right? Those pumpkins get done a whole lot quicker if we got a bunch of bees floating around, and we'll start getting the honey and the honeycomb. We can start doing things with wax at that point, and all the other goodies. So we'll take this. This is about an hour at the beginning of the stream. For early in the game, I take that. That's just what we need to do to get started. But don't you guys worry. After this, we're off. And after our quick visit to the village, which I'm kind of rethinking now, I don't think I'm going to go about building the bridge. We don't have the cobble yet, and it kind of messes up the order of stuff that I was thinking about. So let's go over. We'll show them off for folks who may be watching for the first time, haven't seen the rest of the world. We'll do what I want to do over there, and then we'll come on back and get about our day. This one I think we can fully clear without a whole bunch of rigmarole. This is kind of the what I call medium tree. Got a little branches there. Now let's go back and get the saplings. The good bit here is we didn't have to stop to mess around with saplings. The tougher part is if you wait for the saplings to fall, then you lose the spots. That's in row. But these do line up with the torches, and they will line up with the posts of the bee structures as we get those built too. So that's that one. All right, half the tree's done. We got a slower one here, but we are close enough. Coffee? Mm-mm. Do love the coffee. So, big shout out. I talked about Invest there. Thank you again for coming, hanging out, your follow, your support, and the not unappreciated, but just not really what I'm looking for gift that you tried to give us. I do understand. I'm not going to scream and yell, But understand, that's that's not something I view as real numbers. I don't want to encourage anyone to come around here and falsely represent other channels. You come, hang out, tell your friends, real people, and send them on over. If you and they like playing some hardcore Minecraft, if you just find that this is a chill place to hang out while you're doing other stuff, playing a game yourself or watching some TV or whatever, yeah, let folks know. Um, there are a few folks, CJ and Berger and Troy, were talking at least about having their own little Minecraft um, server world. I don't know if anything happened to that. I was going on vacation as they came up with the idea, and I feared for the health of the world, letting such powers come together unsupervised. But they seem to have had a good time with it. I don't know. Don't know that we. Um, Definitely, and of course, it's completely unofficial. I have no idea if you guys choose to um, hang out outside of this setting. That's beyond me. You guys do you, but stay awesome, as I always say. Treat each other well. I had an old coach and teacher when I was in high school. Um, that always one he had all these little. Some of them were just doofy sayings, right? But he had quite a few. One's always stuck with me. He said, "Treat every person with the dignity and respect they deserve." And how great is that? There's no superiority or religious moral high ground or anything like that about it. There's no um, I'm being godlike or something like that because I'm holier than thou because I treat people right. No, everybody deserves respect and everybody deserves their own dignity, right? Don't take that away from people by being insulting or mean spirited, tricking people. If you go about life trying to give the gift of dignity and respecting that is another person, another life, really, that is taking time to interact with you. I think you'll be happier. I know I am when I keep that kind of an outlook, and you'll make more friends, right? Life will become richer because you're not driving people away. All right, it is finally adventure time. Woohoo! We only took about an hour to get all that done, but we needed to. Good stuff. Uh, we'll continue to battle the food chest. All right, one. You know what? No, not quite done yet. It's not quite 30 either. We'll be very late by the time we get done, but you know what? No. Let's keep all these planks. Let's do a full. No, no, no. Just two. No. Oh crap! It's a disaster. There. You. You. Now we've got chests. Let's go down and do these that I've left unfinished. And then I want to put some extra chests over by the animals because what I'm thinking is, oh, we should really go do the cows and the chickens one more time, right? We're ready to harvest the chickens, and we are now here. We're never gonna get big stockpiles of melons or pumpkins, right? Because they'll be fewer of them, and we will be trading them more heavily. It gets really tough to see. So it'll be this one and this one, and then this one and this one, right? Okay, that gets us good coverage. We'll need some in the honey area. Let's start with 3. That's 1 for tools and supplies, 1 for flowers to breed and feed the bees, and 1 for the actual, whether it's bottles of honey or honeycomb or whatever the output is. That should be enough. Alright, then over to here we do have 2 axes, because I am going to go ahead and process the chickens. Well, let's put this stuff away real fast. Chickens will fill the inventory. I'll leave the carrot field. I'll spare you guys that. We don't have the fortune hoe anyway. Pigs and sheep, you guys just wait there. Man, we may be close to ready on cattle again, too. No, they were just bunched. Alright. You guys just eat. Don't worry at all about what I'm about to do to the chickens. Your cows, many of them, have scarred childhood memories of all their parents going down. Not all of them, though. Some of them are blissfully happy. Not a care in the world. They just eat their wheat. Which we can put back the extras of. Let's get 2 of these this time. We know we need it. And begin the feed. Chickens are nice. They compress very well. So you can have a whole lot of them once you start using the seeds. They get into a fairly tight little cluster. The problem is you got to keep going on and on and on, because they kind of get clustered, and the ones that want to make a love connection don't have access, so you kind of got to pull everybody away. Alright, I think that's about it. Look at all these eggs. Let's store those, or hold them, and clear out all the adult chickens so we'll have more space. When we do want to do the eggs, I don't think we need, we don't need to jump with the iron axe. We may not get a clean hit on every chicken, but so watch our XP bar there. I think before feeding we were at 37. We're now at 39. Going through 40 is going to make all of our adventuring a little more dicey, but we are 1 diamond away from having an enchanting table, and we can easily get the pieces in place to do the bookshelves and do max tier enchants. So I think that will be fine. The chicken slaughter is not my favorite. They shift around. They're little, but at least you don't have to jump. There's our 40. How is it almost night again? Didn't we sleep just before we came over here with the food? All you little guys, go away from the middle. We'll try not to get bird flu. Sleeping with our chickens. Sleeping with the chickens, though, better than sleeping with the fishes, right? Don't want to be sleeping with the fishes. Watched a little more Alone. Getting towards the end, and like so many of those things, I find the show goes downhill a little bit, right? It's intentional and well done in the sense that a big part of that, the whole concept, is the emotional challenge. There is a real factor of being malnourished and alone, right? The name of the show is Alone. It's they don't bring people on the show. It's not like, oh, I don't know. I don't even think Survivor is fair. I think those people at least had a clue. Although Survivor, especially in the later years, probably gets that way, right? They intentionally pick some people that have no clue what they're doing, knowing that they'll struggle, and add more drama to the equation, right? You got a bunch of people that are very competent surviving in a natural outdoor type setting, fending for themselves, and then you intentionally mix that group with somebody who describes themselves as lazy, who um, is very uncomfortable in nature, who doesn't work with their hands. Yeah, Troy, I don't know. I don't know how all that stuff works real well. I already addressed it a little bit here today. Invest FTW was well, I hope, well intentioned in meaning and nice to come by and follow me himself. That's the follow I want. Those others, they will go away at some point. Twitch and all of them have means of locating botted and artificial followers, so I'm not going to sweat it. I'm not going to go out of my way to give it more time. It's there and it will be. So we'll just deal with it. But I would anticipate that those will continue to dwindle as they go, and it's most likely it's just that Twitch or whatever isn't checking every account every day, but as they go through, they find, hey, that's not legitimate, whatever that means, and deactivate it, and then the follow goes away as a result. So in here we will have chicken meat, we will have feathers, and then our seeds and our wheat, of course. And over here, until we don't need it anymore, we'll have beef and then leather. But we'll keep pulling the leather until we're all used up there. All right, finally, we are getting clear of the animals in the fields and all that. We've done our work here. Now we get to go out into the world and do more stuff out there. So we got our arrows. We can make. Oh, we got a. Why did I leave the arrows? Troy. It's it doesn't matter, right? You can speculate all you want, but people. He said he was into coding. People can do a lot of that. It's they could do a lot, but the platforms, whatever platform you're on, understands it, right? They know there's people out there. They know you can make 10,000 Gmail addresses, each being an account, and set them up and subscribe them to yourself, and then you go. I would imagine it's very IP based, and so they go, oh, look, all of those IPs issued follows from a similar IP, and they just go through and trash them. So well, I'm happy to try to answer questions and all that. I don't want to give it so much credence that we're talking about it all the time. If you can understand that, if you have questions and all that, I get it. I don't have complete answers, but that's my understanding. I'm new to this. I'm a small channel. As we go through this, we'll both learn more together as how quickly they go away and all that. But one of the things that we don't want to do is give others the incentive to, oh, if I'm the one that goes and gives a follower bomb on a channel. Oh yeah, they do. Absolutely. We talked. That's what I talked about while you were gone. Is that yeah? If you have 40,000, those people are used to it. They understand that they're going to have 5, 10,000 at any given time that are artificial, and it's a deal. When you've spent years hanging out watching other big streamers, you know they'll go, "Oh, yep, today was the day." Um, and huge streamers lose hundreds of thousands. The smaller streamers, the ones that I watch that maybe have a couple 100,000 total followers, they'll lose tens of thousands when there's a big push to remove bots or streamers or stuff like that. And it's why the more established you get, the less obsessed people are about followers, right? Some you'll see in small channels there's a people can list their follower count on their channel. But you get up high enough and people ignore it. And it's like day counting versus world age in Minecraft. It it's so artificial, or it can be faked so easily that it's really not worth talking about. So let's talk about it in terms of Minecraft, right? Because I think it is something that people probably wonder about, or you're not aware of it at all until today, and we talk about it now. The In Minecraft, you'll see in YouTube there's always that I survived 1,000 days in hardcore. Here's what I did. Right? It's a whole subcategory of content these days, and that's cool. Like some of them do it very well. Hey, on day one I did this, but it turns into, and it kind of grew out of this flex of when Philza died and his local media picked up on the fact that a local man loses 5-year-old Minecraft video game world, they were saying, Philza got a huge amount of attention, and his channel exploded as a result of having been into the real media, quote unquote, for being a guy who was just doing his thing, just like I like to do, with by the time he'd been around that long, he had a much bigger channel than I am, but he had a channel, right? And when he got that media, he blew up. Philza became a name everybody knows. He kind of went into that upper tier of Minecraft content creators. Awesome for him. He seems like a great guy. But immediately you started having people flexing about what was their stat, what was their deal. And it was either you have real world, right? So you have, I created this Minecraft world on January 1st, 2015, let's say, right? So it's an ancient world. Well, the problem is you've never touched it, right? You opened it, you played for a few days, you survived, you never got to the dragon, you never did anything. You basically just park it, and maybe you log in once a day or whatever, but you're not doing anything in that world. So calendar-wise, yes, you have a world that's 27 years old, or no, 7 years old. If it was 2015, I forgot what year I said I created a 7-year-old world. But if you went into F3 and looked at the days, it's only 100 days old, right? So you haven't done much in it, but you're still flexing and beating your chest about how you have this ancient Minecraft world. The flip side of that is the exact opposite. You have worlds where people go in and say, how many days old is your Minecraft world? And they're going to this F3 and they're going, hey, I'm at day 89. Well, some people may be, I'm at day 8,900, right? I've got this ancient Minecraft world. Well, that's fine. You can go park in a little dirt hole, put a block over the top, and as long as you have a little stack of crappy food, you won't starve to death doing nothing, and you can just AFK and park that world, never do anything in it, and boost up that day count through the roof. So your world is massively old, and then you beat your chest and go, look at how old my world is. Now, some of those, like I said, some of those I survived 1,000 days in Minecraft. When it first came out, it was really cool, and the people that had kind of logbooked it and showed their progress, awesome. I've enjoyed some of those as well. It gives me ideas on how they progress what they prioritize and what they work on first, second, and going forward, and then turn it into a cool looking world before that time is up, or before they go on to the 2,000 days, or 100, 500, whatever. So that's where a lot of people fall into the. I'm not even going to talk about how old in a calendar sense or how many days my Minecraft world is. I'm going to show you all my accomplishments. And it's one of the things I've mentioned many times. I'm a fan of John Bam's content. It's not family friendly by any sense, but I enjoy it, and I really enjoy his play and his take on a lot of this kind of stuff. And that's one of them is I'm not going to tell you, sometimes he'll look, or if people give a ton of subs or gifts or whatever, he'll show the F3 details, but he doesn't want people to know, or obsess about the fact that, oh, it's a competition between him and some other unknown streamer about how many days his world has been or how old it was. He just wants to play the game and stand on, look at all the stuff I've done in my world. Now, in my sense, and coming back around to your question, Troy, same thing for the followers. Those people get your follower number is going to be going up and down. Obviously, you hope it trends upward, right? But it's going to be going up and down. If you obsess over it, you're going to rip your hair out and hate it. I know. Hopefully, I'm moving towards 30 some subs, or follows, not subs. I'd like to get to that affiliate cross. But that number of artificially inflated followers, that doesn't matter to it too much, because you still have to have a percentage of concurrent viewers to get to that point and partner beyond that, right? All of those, there are ways that Twitch is built in that they're not going to pay you to show ads to a bunch of bots that either you created yourself or somebody else dumped in your lap. So they know, and when they go through and have a review process for that, and they look at my numbers and go, so on June or July 22nd at so and so a time, you spiked from the mid 20s to 400 followers. They wouldn't come back. But if we continue to build, they can then very easily, statistics and analytics software is out there, they can very easily just cut that aside and go, all right, that's just noise, and go to the others. The only real possible benefit that I get from that is if somebody is scrolling through the directory in Minecraft and goes, oh, look, this person has a few hundred followers instead of just a few, they're taking off as a channel. Then, but I don't know that would have anything to do with whether somebody bothered to click on that particular channel. So I'm not going to worry about it a whole lot. I hope that answers your questions, Troy, but what I don't want to do is completely fill my VODs talking about numbers of followers and stuff like that. So please, how much I appreciate you. You're certainly, and it's rotated through. I know, as months pass and stuff, you may not have the same availability to hang out in stream, but you're one of my great viewers, and I really appreciate you. I hope that humors you, and helps answer it. If you have questions as they go by and all that, I understand, but I don't want to just make it a dominant topic. Seems legit, right? Watched a YouTube video of someone actually making a netherite beacon. It took a lot of months. I don't remember how many I watched the video like last year. Yeah, it's ridiculous. We talked about that yesterday, and I appreciate you trying to change the topic back. Thanks, man. We talked about that yesterday in terms of something that is a huge long-term project. If you're not duping, getting all the stuff you need is... that was something we were going to do, right? Let's take 2 of these. Sorry. Got to change the topic here. Okay, for my own mental sake. So... Are we talking about netherite? Oh, yeah. So you need 140 some? I don't remember the numbers. It's like 2.5 stacks of whatever the block type is that you want to use for Oh, crap. Forgot one thing. For your beacon, right? So iron blocks, gold blocks, diamond blocks, emerald blocks, or netherite blocks. But to make a netherite block, you need 9 netherite ingots, right? Just like any other block. That's fine. To make a netherite ingot, you need scraps of ancient debris. You need what? 5 ancient debris and 4 gold ingots to make 1 netherite ingot. So you start adding up. Got to do more. You start adding up all those pieces. So 14 times ancient debris. No. You need 45, 9 times 5, 45 pieces of ancient debris per. What did I do with the sugar? Per. There it is. Per iron, netherite ingot block, and then you need 145 of those. So it's like 5,000, 7,000 pieces of ancient debris. And anybody who's already gone down and gotten some of those knows that's no mean feat. I actually want to bring all of these. All right. We can leave that. My buddy. I think you're the right one, right? I'm pretty sure you're the awesome horse. This bit is always annoying. Get up. All right, here we go. I may be missing something in the count there. I've never made a netherite block, so we've explored a few of these little caves yesterday for folks who hadn't seen. That entrance right there goes on a stairway that comes back up from our, and we're gonna have to lay in a road through here so that I don't have to worry about all these holes. Oh, hello, Enderman. Yeah, we are now level 40, so we're gonna see a lot more surface trouble. No. All right, come here. It's close enough. Get up. That we shouldn't have to worry about that too much. So the one thing I want to do in the villages today is get these. Oh, 2 donkeys. I didn't realize that there was water all over here. And I think, oh, we got lots of donkeys. All right. So first thing, get off the horse. Ooh, put down the fence post. Get a lead. And secure you so that I don't have to chase you all over town. Next thing, get rid of leads. Feed sugar. And start taming donkeys. Oh, that was easy. All right, so he's good, and let's bring you over here. Let's hope this goes this quick. This will be awesome. Hey, buddy, where you going? Oh, you going to take a bath? You want to impress me? Okay. Hi. Oh, your ears are cute. Eeyaw. Eeyaw. Come on. There you go. Good boy. All right. Now, you. Come over here. Tie you up for now. You, I want a saddle off of. We'll put the saddle on you. If you're doing this, put your saddle on your slow animals. Do we have all of our... Nope, there's one over here. Put your animal or your saddle on the slow animals. Put leads on the faster ones. And I don't know if there's even a difference in donkeys or if they're all the same pace. But this should, if you take the horse and you try to lead the donkeys, the horse is always going to be pulling away, and your leads will break. So with all the horses we have back home and these 2 donkeys, we are now set for breeding animals. I don't know that we're going to do it today, but, well, I don't know. Should we take a donkey on our trip, or should we take a... Oh, it's almost bedtime. Mule. Donkey or mule, anybody? Anybody care? There you go. 5,904 ancient debris blocks. Donkey. Okay, less breedy, more adventure-y. I gotcha. We can do that. All right, now there, mount up, and now we just have to watch for the holes and try to give them a wide berth so that these 2 don't fall in. Oh, good old donkey. Donkeys are wonderful. I haven't spent much time with donkeys in person, but to me, even though they've kind of got like the uncooperative attitude, right? That you don't, a donkey is unlike a dog. Donkey doesn't care about trying to please you, or particularly care what you have to say about him or his mother or anything else. He just kind of goes about. But they're so strong, and when they do settle into work, they're amazing. And you know, here we have more burrows, which I think are largely the same. I don't know. I think they're maybe a little smaller, but they just seem like, yeah, let's go. Throw your camping gear on my back, and we'll go see the deal. Wadsey did a big ancient debris. Now, did he? So let me ask Troy. I know I'm going back in the chat a little bit. Did he actually gather the ancient debris, or did he dupe it? Did he have TNT duper set up to create it for himself? Which, that was what we were talking about yesterday. If I was doing it, that's how it would be. Oh, forgot about the saddle. And you. All right, we got all 6 of our leads, and we got our saddle. Put all these back in the box. Box is on the outside of the fence, so they can't use it to get out. And we'll come back to gear them up because I want to get a chest for the donkey. That maybe if I can't do it, I can't remember. If I can't put the chest on the donkey and ride it, then we'll have to make a mule, because that's the whole point, is having a chest. We have golden apples just in case we need them. I don't need this one random seed. Top off the food. Let's top off the golden apples. Won't make many. 4. But that's a breeding. There we go. There. Someday I'll learn. All right, we got all our picks, all our tools. That wasn't too painful. We got a bed. back over here. Let's grab a couple of those just in case. We will grab a couple of leads in case we lose one. Don't worry, this stuff can go back in the chest once we get it on. All right, first thing, speed trial to see if there's any noticeable difference. Boom, boom. All right, everybody getting a good feel for this? All right, that's donkey number 1. Donkey number 2. Close. Maybe this one's a little bit faster? All right, well, we'll go with him. Oh, and look at his hearts. I didn't even look at the other one's hearts. Where did the other one go? Right. Yeah, all right. So number 2, it's our donkey. I don't know if you guys remember. Probably nobody does, but there used to be it's the whole, Grizzly Adams was the show, who had his pet grizzly bear, right? And they made this show in I don't know, they made it in like the 70s or whatever. When I was a kid, it was in syndication. 200 to 300 hours of gameplay and shows a bit of him mining this massive area out throughout an entire 25-minute video. Watch the first 2 minutes of videos and it shows a bit of the mine. Cool. Well, that's awesome. You can do it either way. And there are people that are totally all about that grind. I can relate. I get into it. All right. So next is, can we... So we can't do any kind of a chest to the donkey. All right. So then here's the next thing we want to do, and that's why we had to speed test. So we're going to breed best horse with best donkey. Horse and donkey. There we go. We get a muley. So as far as I know, I don't know, with horses and all that, I know you can breed for the best attributes. When he grows up, we'll be able to put a saddle on him. Don't make the donkey the mother, because I don't want him to try to follow us. Get out. You stay with Papa. When he grows up, we can put a saddle and a chest on him and increase our capacity, right? And until we have an ender chest and a shulker box and all that kind of stuff, that's a good thing. Now, with our donkey, I guess I will stop real quick and put the GTA Speedrunner has over 9,000 hours of story going. Wow, that's impressive, man. I don't think so particularly. Not a game I've watched much content of, so not exact. But that's amazing. And there's people out there that that do that. That's let's. So 365 times 4, 1,460 is 4 hours a day, 365 days a year. And let's call that times 3, 4,380 hours of not continuous gameplay, but roughly the same world. And sometimes he'll have a long stream to finish a project or something. Sometimes he has to do stuff with his family, and it's just a check-in. So that's all averagey, loose stuff for John Bams. But that's just in his current world. I've been watching since 17 or 18, and that's his deal. I'm here every single day, 4 hours a day, and until he finishes this current 2-year not missing a day, then he'll go back to taking some vacations and all that kind of stuff. But that's a lot of, you're right, it's a lot of time. It's impressive and amazing. And there are people out there dedicated to that grind, and they just turn on the camera and go. And even more so, if I wasn't interested in having the VOD and all that kind of stuff, if I wasn't handcuffed with the laptop, it's possible to do the 8-10 hour streams the trade-off is it's tougher to interact with the chat and be animated and have a kind of a show, a performance, something that's gonna engage and result in, if you're trying to make it your job, having it be profitable for much more than that, right? That's when you start getting burnt out and people have to take weeks away from it because it's such a grind and they're getting just to where they don't want to come back and turn on the laptop or the computer the next day. I think we'll go like this. This looks great. We could get a lot of good stone out of here, and that's going to kind of be the next bit of a mission, is getting more cobblestone here. But we've got a lot of terrain, and we've kind of only ever been this far out. We did come off of maybe those peaks towards that little broken portal, so I know what's there, but I don't know a whole lot more beyond it. So we'll just kind of try to carefully take our donkey down the hill. Donkeys are very sure-footed. They're good at steep stuff, better so than big old draft horses. So yeah, this is cross this river is new turf. We may need to get ready with the lead here because he will dismount us when he needs to swim. Oh, don't go back. Come on, we're going this way, buddy. Come on. It's going to be fun. You're going to love it. This is like Donkey Acres over here. All right. There and there. We're going to have to get off and sleep here pretty quick. Oh, look, see, I told you, there's Donkey Island out there. Maybe we don't have to call this Donkey Acres. We'll just call that Donkey Island. But see, they don't have a cool saddle like you do, Donkey. What do you think a good age to start streaming at is? You have to be 13 to be here on Twitch. I don't want ages in my chat. I think unless you're being oblivious, it's pretty easy to get a sense of where someone is at in their life. You don't have to be specific. I don't like that in other chats when people are doing it, and certainly if you come in my chat and say you're under 13, you're getting tossed. That being said, I don't think age is a number, and I think it is far less important as to when to start streaming than your outlook and your self-confidence. I have found streaming to be an incredibly positive experience. I think the people that I've met through it have been very, very, very supportive and cool. But just like anything else, there's jerks out there, and you need to have enough experience or enough support of a parent or an older sibling or somebody who's really mature looking over your shoulder and going, okay, you need to not talk about this. You need to shut that person down, and whether those people take the role of a moderator actively or what have you, that's far more important to me than a specific age, right? I think in a Twitch sense, you got to be 13, right? You can't be on the platform if you're not 13. So that is critical. But outside of that, it's far more whether you're at a point in your life where you can see a possible threat to your long-term privacy or your well-being or that kind of stuff. And there is certainly, a point in everyone's development where before that, you can't even really conceive of that. You can talk about it. You can say, oh, yeah, someday I'll be an adult and the things I do now carry with me. But you can't really fully grasp how that could impact you because your brain hasn't developed to a point where you can do that. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't have fun and be a good person sharing games that you enjoy to play. Um, but that's where I'm talking about having somebody kind of looking over your shoulder and watching out, because if you're younger and playing for a younger audience, and then there's people who are either, catfishing kind of stuff, right? The creepy, scary, nasty stuff. If there's people coming around that are pretending to be into that kind of stuff and really aren't, that's where everybody's hackles start to rise. Just as a community, I don't know anybody in this situation anymore. My nephew's a younger kid, was doing some YouTubing and all that kind of stuff, and that's where the hackles rise. You don't want, but the same as being at school or anything else, right? You can run into people, and that we're all going to at some point. That's part of the life experience. Um, but there, with streaming, the stakes go up, right? If your identity gets out there, it can follow with you, right? If there are people that um, have a start to get into the details of your life, or coaxing them out of you without you really even knowing it, that's where identity theft and all that can come into it. It's stuff that I know enough to know how little I know here. I listen when I'm in with other streamers about what to watch out for and some of their experiences. Mainly, there's a lot of and it's like the followers and everything else we've talked about, that get rich quick mentality, right? That you you're special and you're going to be instantly famous and you're going to be the next ninja or whoever, right? Insert your favorite streamer name here. The world is going to be yours, and it's easy to do because you play the game and and it's just not true. It's why I have kind of resisted trying to grow quickly. I don't want a million viewers in here when I'm making mistakes and starting with a muted headset or having my laptop crash. I want to have people that support me enough and have found me when I'm small to say, yeah, I get it, man. That could happen. Learn with me, and we'll iron all that kind of stuff out. And hopefully, over time, organically and naturally, we get more and more people that come by, do a drive-by, kind of, hey, what's up? Come back, check us out, see how the progress is, and eventually hang out more and more and more and stick around. So, yeah, that's my take. And yeah, you said somewhere in there, you know, maybe next year. Yeah, maybe. And I like the way that I did it. I think YouTube is a really good starting point. For one thing, the resources you need are a lot less. You It's way easier to play the game and capture it on your computer, record it rather than stream it. You don't need to worry about the bandwidth and all that, and then throw that product out to. And no, there's one, right? Or are those flowers? Is there a portal over there? Can't tell. We're gonna get dismounted here. There we go. Where's our other? We lost a lead already. Dang it. Unless I just moved it in my inventory. Um, Bad experiences. I saw your question there. Not really. Um, but there's stuff I know that I question the motives of, right? Like the big It was these horses, I think, with their bright and dark. Man. Um, I question motives, and I question, is that something that if it just continued, or if I said, if I said, oh yeah, set me up, hook me up, um, that then I would be put into a bad situation, where somebody's coming back and saying, well, now you're dependent on me. You, um, you know, I have a stake in whatever future stuff you produce, right? That kind of mafia style, um, where they're getting their hooks in you early before there's anything, and then they roll back, and if they do it with 100 people, maybe one of them gets big, but they sit there and hound you and harass you and try to collect on any kind of monetary gain that you get out of your hard work. So that's far more than any bad stuff like that. I've had just a couple of people that have come in, make a couple comments, and they were gone. It's just as soon as they know nobody's going to react to it. Basically, my expectation is ignore it when it's happening. I'm not sitting here where I'm just right at all my chat commands, because that impacts our quality. But I'll go clean up anything. I really haven't had anything in the way of like profanity or inappropriate stuff on the channel, um, which is good, and I'm glad for it. All right, we're going to leave you parked, buddy, because it will be more painful to try to get you over there. All right, so you stay there. Hope this doesn't turn into a thunderstorm. I think we are facing east. Yes, we haven't lost ourselves. So south, this might be the edge of our continent, and way that way somewhere, there's icy tundra and icebergs and all that kind of stuff. But we've gone a long way to the east and south. Hey, turtle. Since then, all right, we don't want to go too deep. Look at the underside of all that portal. That's cool to see all that structure. It helps if you are wondering when you're digging, if they're partially buried in sand or whatever, what they could look like. I do like to look more so when I have respiration to see if you can see any gold blocks down underneath. That might be usable. Let's do this. I'm not going to be able to get these, obviously, but rather than turning them, just replacing them with cobble, let's turn them into obsidian. Could be good down the road. Sleep. Right now, I just push click. Yeah. And you said you were working on that. That's awesome. And yeah, as in the world, right? With the news and everybody knows it at school and everywhere, communities in general. Most people are either decent or indifferent, right? People at your school, they may not be your best friends or particularly your friends at all. Hey, we got a mending shovel. It's all right. But they're decent, right? They don't go out of their way to wreck your day either, and that's pretty cool. I was thinking, should I grab these bricks to save the cooking of the stone and all that? But I don't think so. We don't have inventory space for it. Let's go back, get our donkey, and we'll kind of go up this coast to see what we've got. We know roughly which direction to head back in to get home. Phase Snap, yo, what's up, man? We saw you a couple days back. How you doing? Hello, welcome. How you doing? but yeah, you know, here and in general, I think indifferent to positive is the main bulk. There are always, the whole few bad apples in every bunch, right? They wreck it for everybody, or they try to, and that's no exception here. We have had a few little drive-bys of stuff like that, but yeah, most people are nice and good to come and hang out with us, and hopefully enjoying it. So we were talking about ice. I don't think we're far enough. Don't fall, don't fall. Sand, not me. Not my donkey. My donkey is awesome. He's sure-footed and wouldn't ever fall. Uh, okay, this is looking a little more like it though. We got some trees, some tundra, a little iciness here. Let's just head out and see what we get. I was tempted to think that was a temple. It's not, I don't think. Just seeing what I want there. I don't even know if you can get a temple in a snowy edge of a desert. But look at how sure-footed our donkey is on the ice. He's wonderful. Um, so yeah, face snap. We're just out. We just got a new donkey friend here, and she apparently just gave birth to a little darling mule baby, and then we ripped apart the mother and child so that we could go out for a ride. But that's okay. Mule baby is back at home with his daddy, and we are doing a bit of an exploration here in our homeland, wide and beautiful as it is. Yeah, jump right over that water. So I had been exploring on a frozen river, and I don't know if this is going to merge into it or not. We might have been back here and looked this way and seen, oh, that's more icebergs. We don't need to get those because we were just walking at that point. But there is quite a bit of this type of terrain. And I haven't yet found a frozen village of any kind, but the bigger highlight would be a igloo with a trapdoor, right? Igloo with trapdoor would be great right about now because we could have that be fairly accessible and set it up early for cured librarian villagers to trade with. So he's not as fast on the. I can't jump sprint him, so he's not as fast on these rivers as we were. But it's faster than trying to weave our way through the trees. So yeah, getting back to Troy, what we were talking about, posting clips on TikTok and stuff like that. That's good. That's good, right? You're controlling the message, and whatever people want to make of it, that's fine. They can comment right through YouTube and all that, so you'll see comments come back through. But if anybody, and I think in my whole time, I've never deleted or had to ignore a comment or anything like that. There've been a couple that I was kind of like, that's weird. Um, and I know with this mic and all that, my voice sounds weird, right? There's no adjustment modification stuff. It sounds like tin can telephone with a string type deal. I get it. But somebody, was like, that's weird. This is like an ASMR stream, listening to your voice. And I was like, that's kind of creepy. Maybe. I don't know. If you want to come and give me views, cool. more power to you. Enjoy, but I wouldn't. Honestly, when I have my streams on, that's how I don't know about the mutes a lot, because even when I'm checking it for quality or completion or going back to see a particular event in the gameplay, like, that creeper that dropped on our head, I went back to look and see if I could identify where it was coming from. When I do that kind of stuff, I don't have any volume. I don't want to listen to. Oh, there we go. I don't want to listen to myself talking. So I think everybody's like that, though, aren't you? Does everybody agree with that? Nice, awesome, Troy. That's cool. Congrats to you. Um, so here we go. Igloo, right? Don't know yet. Is this a good one or a bad one? It's over water, so it probably will have this, and it'll be all flooded out. We'll have to deal with it. But come in here. We got a trapdoor. Do we see? I don't even see water. Awesome. Before we go down, though, oh, dude, I almost forgot to tie you up. You, no, 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 don't wander off into the woods. Woods are scary and dangerous. Let's get a tree, and we're going to make a chest to store, like, the carpet and all that kind of stuff, because I don't want to make a... I guess there's one downstairs. It's fine, though. The other thing we could do is make a boat if we needed to. But a chest to start. That right. And we'll put it up against the ladder. And just put those couple of carpet squares in there. And maybe, I guess maybe this will guarantee we get more. Do that. All right. We got a bed here. It's close. I think we can go downstairs. We'll show us off. Have you guys seen the igloos? I'm assuming everybody's familiar with the igloo here. If you're not, we'll talk it through. I've certainly done the healing villagers stuff plenty. We're going to leave this largely as is, but these are the way that these rooms come in by default, right? We have a brewing stand, and it has one splash potion of weakness conveniently left in it. There is a cauldron with some water. That would be if you wanted to use it for brewing. And then we get a random loot chest with always a golden apple. The golden apple is significant because we will use the splash potion and in fact, we can do all this right here because we do have the extra golden apple. So let's and here's the hint, right? This was all introduced when they first brought villagers and brewing and healing and all that good stuff to the game. I don't want to hit either of you. So here we go. If we do this, watch over here. Zombie's going to come. He's going to attack him. And hug him. Hey. You guys got it. Oh, there we go. No? Get him. Why? I don't understand. Why are you not... What's the problem here? Oh, don't hit me. Hit him. Is this some unknown stuff? I don't know that I've ever tried to infect and then heal both the villagers. Guys. Let's go upstairs and sleep. Well, I guess I gotta put my bed down here instead, but probably would have been safer. Never know when a creeper could wander in our igloo. It's our igloo now. Hey, we're 2 hours in, too. This is awesome. All right. Back down. Did you bite him yet? Yes. All right. So now they're both zombies, right? So now we can go ahead and do all this. We get the brewing advancement. That kind of stinks, but whatever. We'll do plenty of brewing. And we can now hit them both with a single weakness splash potion. So they're both weak. So are we, for that matter. And then we golden apple them both. Now, the only mistake here, I don't know if I can or can't. Will they attack each other? Oh, hey! Uh-oh. Um, I need to separate you two. Can I... How can I do that? There. Oh, oh, oh crap. Oh, hey! Go into your respective rooms, because one's gonna probably pop before the other. No! Uh... Oh no. How am I gonna... This may not work. Can I... No, 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 no. Oh, shoot. Come on, one through. One come through. No. No! Oh, oh my god! I didn't pay attention to my health. Oh no! Oh! No! No! That was the dumbest thing I've ever done in Minecraft. Oh, it hurts so bad. That world was awesome. I need this. Oh, I hate even opening it up. It had a good name. We had an awesome start. Well, we know we were around day 89. We were talking about that. We had a good score. 29.85 relatively. That was just purely my stupid fault. We weren't in any real danger. I didn't have to do that, but what I was... Okay, we need to go back here to get the days. That was handy. 94. Day 94. Dumbest day in Minecraft. Trapped myself with 2 infected in Igloo basement. There we go. Just saying it makes it feel better. But now I do want to get rid of that, come back here, and again, close to day 100. Although the game had nothing, this was all me, totally self-inflicted. So let's buy Donkey. Oh, you're never going to get to see your baby mule again because I went and died and I can't take you back home. I'm sorry. Have a good life here in the snow tied up. All right, so I would like to take a look at this and kind of evaluate where we're at and what could we have done, if anything, to make this make this better or more likely. I think the best, if we wanted to try this again, which I don't think I would ever make the mistake of doing before we were fully decked out. That's going to be the lesson here. We come in if we find one of these early and we heal the one, and the other through gossip will always get a big boost because this one is recovered, right? And so they're always going to give us best deal. This one will always through talking get good deal. And if that's the best we get, so be it. Now my thinking, because you guys all saw what the problem was. Oh, I'm sorry. I still have the thing up. Hang on. My bad. There we go. You can always just say notepad or whatever if I'm blocking the view. Please do in chat. Anyway, so the problem here was that these two got to one side, right? They were basically both standing on one side or the other of this block, because at the time we didn't have the cobble up here. So it was just this low block, and they were standing on either side of this little iron fence. Now they've despawned. I never gave them the apple while they were weak either. No, I did. They just never healed up. So I think the move maybe is to put an additional block on the outside here so that they can stand where this iron bars is now. I don't have a cursor. I realize I can't point, so I'm just trying to center it. So put blocks in front of these two, right here and here. Remove these 2 iron bars, and then if we stand in the middle without, maybe with like a fence post or something here, I think we could coax them to split and stand on either side. And then while they're doing that, we could drop a block back here so that they can't stand on top of each other. And that was the problem. Because having given them the 2 gold apples, it suddenly occurred to me the apples aren't going to heal them at the same time. And you'll immediately have one zombie going back and reinfecting another zombie, and then we're right back where we started. So that was why I kind of stopped worrying about my health and all that, and I should have broken this and been able to run around and go up the ladder to escape. But I was trying to get a block right here when that first one came around before the other one caught wind of me, and I was hoping, that's why I came over here. You fly so fast. I came over here hoping one would see me on this side and one would pathfind around, and then I could quickly drop a block right here, separate the two, and then run out, go up the ladder, and get away. That's my thinking. I don't know how to entirely fix that unless it would be to pull them out to either side here and isolate them before we ever start to heal them. Really, before they ever get hit with the weakness, right? Get them separated and positioned before we're on that weakness timer, so that once they're both back in place, we can throw the weakness potion and heal them both up separate with no worries. But really, that's stuff we should leave for much more armor when we can basically just sit and let a zombie wail on us all day. Don't be greedy. Heal the one that's available as the game's set up. Let this other one gossip and rumor once they're both healed, and they can improve your prices that way. And we at the very least took the opportunity to have one completely cheap villager selling us one of the expensive books, Efficiency 5 or Prop 4, Unbreaking 3 at next to nothing, in trade for the entire world. It's gone. And as you can see, the donkey has moved on to a better donkey place as well. With that, farewell. We just had those farms ready to go. All right, guys, here's the deal. Troy, FaZe, I don't know if you're still hanging out, but thanks again for coming by. Sorry you arrived just in time to see me lose the world. We're going to do this. I am going to end the stream. This may turn into a big bonus. I may go for a full 4 hours in a new world, but what I'd like to do for the YouTube and for the episodes, all the VODs, is keep the world separate. I don't want to have that overlap. Here's Candy Patina, and it's going, and then here's another. So we're over 2 hours. I'm gonna take a little break while I do it, maybe 5-10 minutes, because I'd like to start the upload of this VOD, and we will kick that back into a new world here shortly after. So if you're interested in coming back, maybe around the 1 p.m. Mountain Time, 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern today, so that would be just over 15 minutes, we'll come back and kick off a new world, and it will, just like this one, have its first episode be in its own, or its first, starting the world in its own episode. I don't want to have those muddied between two different worlds. So, man, I feel bad. I put myself through a lot of that farm building. It's the flip-flop, right? This is what I do, going back and forth. I want to have all those resources, but then if you do something stupid, it hurts so bad to have put all that time into building up the fields, and now it's just gone in the blink of an eye. That's the hardcore part of hardcore, right? Doesn't mean you stop, doesn't mean you give up, get mad, and scream and yell, kick your dog, and get all mad about it. No, we brush ourselves off, and for me, doing what I just did helps so much. I was raging. You guys heard it when I lost that world. I was mad at myself. I still regret what I did, but going back, writing it down, keeping a record so that you can hopefully learn from it, and then going back in spectate and kind of walking it back through for yourself and others really helps. It takes it from that raw emotion stuff, and I know I'm going to say it, you guys will hear it, I've done it before. When I get into the new world, I want to be like, oh man, I'm so bummed again that I lost everything that we had. This one was great. The next one will be great in different ways, and and we'll go forward and get on and be positive. And that's, if there's nothing else other than the hours and hours and hours of entertainment Minecraft gives you and the cool people you meet along the way, take that from it. You can always start again. A setback isn't the end of the world. It is the end of this world, but you know what I mean. It's not a reason to walk away and stop. We'll learn from this one. I learned a really something I'd never tried before, but thought I was smart. Oh, hey, let's heal them both. Caught one little wrinkle because everything was fine. We had the apples, but I didn't think about how I was going to separate the two once I healed them, or once I infected them, so that then they could heal and pop back into regular villager status without then getting infected immediately. So, next time. Oh, you know what? That just tells me there's one other lesson. I would have been no worse off at that point to kill one of them either before, or if one healed and the other was starting to attack, kill him then. I would have still had one recovered villager, which is the main point, and everything else could have been, who cares, right? We could have put in a water elevator eventually, popped them up to the surface, thrown them in a boat, and brought them back over somewhere else to make it convenient. We could have put a portal up. That would have been, as soon as it started to go wrong, that's what you don't think of in the moment, but that would have been a good way to get something out of it. Keep the one that you've healed, or one of the two to heal. Keep it safe, protect it. We're not that much worse off, and we still get one really good trade, just as we would have this way. So anyway, always something fun to learn. Let's wrap this up quick so that we can get back at the top of that hour. I will see anybody who's interested back here. For those of you guys watching the VOD, thanks so much. I'm sure that you will all gravitate to whatever description I give of my dumbest day in Minecraft or whatever to clickbait you all a little bit. Hope you agreed. That was a pretty stupid thing to do at this point in a hardcore Minecraft world. I can't believe I did it. But I hope I explained my thinking as I did, why I got into that situation. Never, ever, 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 ever stop thinking about your own health or put anything else ahead of it. Dumb. All right. Bye. Stay awesome, guys. Appreciate you all. Keep those wonderful likes, comments, subscribes over on YouTube, follows here in Twitch. I appreciate them all. Love to see you in the next one. We'll kick off a brand new world very soon. Bye now.